This VW Virtus GT line with a 1.5-litre engine is not for everyone. Most people have enough reasons to just look past it. Its price tag is premium, but its cabin experience is not. It's not an SUV like its sibling, the Taigun, and while it's clearly a sedan, it's not a great sedan to be chauffeured around in comfortably. It promises cutting-edge technology, but it doesn't offer great fuel efficiency or the promise of reliability. But there are two reasons that you should say, who cares, to all of that. Because if you are the kind of person who believes that a good car can make you feel young at heart, that it can make you smile from the inside out, then the Virtus should be right on top of your list. It's a car that promises German handling, and it delivers those European emotions while balancing the needs for Indian conditions. And that's enough reason for me to pick the Virtus in a heartbeat. But if you need a second reason to pick the Virtus, I have to admit, it looks gorgeous. The Virtus's face is beautiful. It's amazing how VW's designers have managed to make it look sporty, young, and low, but at the same time keep it classy. That's a big win for this car. A weakness of the Virtus's design is the sides, where it looks just like a Slavia. But of all the things to notice here, I'd draw your attention to the ground clearance, which is a lot, enough to make some SUVs feel a bit squeamish. The bit about the Virtus's design that makes me feel squeamish is the rear. It's racer boyish, which is not to my taste, but it shows that the Virtus was not made by a set of customer clinics. It was made by enthusiasts from inside the company. This was their canvas, and they made the most of it. All those blacked out bits and that little lip on the boot are unapologetically racy. And because of this single-mindedness, even though that treatment might not be to my taste, I respect it. I wish I could say that I respect the cabin experience of the Virtus, but I don't. VW has tried to glam it up with that gloss black dashboard and with that perforated leather for the steering wheel, and it does feel good in parts, but it's not convincing nor satisfying. There are way too many hard plastics all around the cabin, way too many dull colors. It's not really a big enough step forward from the Vento on this front. There are so many things that are missing. That steering wheel doesn't have a button for mute. It doesn't have a switch to change the audio source. And the instrument cluster for the driver may be digital, but it's so plain Jane. And then there are some basic misses. The air conditioning system would have been great if you were driving this on the North Pole. It doesn't work for India. And the premium sound system is frankly unsound. And if you are a fat cat, you should know that the Virtus is not a sound pick for you to lounge around in. Its looks made it quite clear. It's meant for younger buyers who are serious about travel, which is why the cushioning for the seats is firmer. And the back seat is set a little bit higher up, so it's more supportive for longer distances. But that does eat into the headroom a bit. The Virtus will make passengers feel like pro travelers. The suspension balances German sternness with India's Dekhenge attitude, which means it's brilliant on expressways. Even when it's loaded up, it stays composed and relaxed. More impressive is how it deals with the traditional Indian roads. Over speed breakers and potholes, its SUV sibling, the Taigun, gets jarring and clunky. The Virtus offers better comfort, better control, which makes it so much more enjoyable in those conditions. Yes, it is firm, but it's still a sweet balance. For the driver, the Virtus is neither quiet nor numb. It's because of the suspension, it's because of the steering, It's because of the chassis that connects the two. They're always talking to you, telling you that you could have some fun. And when you indulge, they'll tell you that you could have some more fun, safely and confidently. They'll guide you towards being a better and a more precise driver. You just have to listen. The surprising bit is, for all the fame of the TSI engine and DCT tech, that combination isn't playing the starring role in the Virtus' story. They're playing a supporting role and playing it well. They make for a good tag team. The turbo petrol engine doesn't have a wide spread of torque. It delivers it all in one rush. But the DSG is there to help it out as it moves quickly and makes the punch available when you ask for it. So, on open roads, there's plenty of excitement. On winding roads, there's plenty of responsiveness, allowing you to control the car on throttle. You will enjoy driving it. You might not enjoy driving it as much in the city. The engine is smooth enough, but in stop-start conditions, it can feel a bit clattery and a bit sudden. Worse still is the fuel efficiency, which is in single digits. On the upside, even the 1-liter engine of the Virtus isn't much better in city conditions. But when you're in the mood to travel and hit the highway, the Virtus then will be much kinder to your wallet. So, if you're thinking of getting a Virtus, our advice is go for the 1.5-liter engine, because it's the one that feels more sophisticated, more effortless, and more enjoyable in more conditions. And it is best enjoyed with the dual clutch automatic. If you can't reach for this, the manual would be fine. And if you have to have the 1-liter, then stick to the manual for sure, because its 6-speed automatic is not good enough and it's expensive. And if you are getting a Virtus and are worried about the maintenance and reliability, don't be. Just get the extended warranty, get your service packages, and lock in your peace of mind. It's a small price to pay. Part of the joy of owning a VW was the timelessness of the car. They would just age so gracefully. Today though, with the frequent updates, that has changed a bit. And your Virtus might get older faster than you expect. There are so many things that the Virtus could and should have done better. Air conditioning is not something that should be up for discussion. What VW wants to represent themselves as in India, as the world's best, or what's good enough for India, is up to them. It's disappointing in several ways, but it's up to them. I am glad though that on a few things they have stuck to their guns, because that reminds us of what VW is capable of. And more importantly, it gives us, those who can say, who cares, to all the shortcomings, that they get to experience a car that will genuinely, as cliched as it sounds, make your heart sing.